Hi, family. Hi, friends. Hi, food lovers. Hey, neighbors. Hey, community. Hey, comics. People who like to cook, connect, and kvetch. Thanks so much for joining me for Hot Dish. Hello.
Sorry.
Blake is doing his side business right now.
I had to get one last text done before we start. Yeah.
You can never get enough.
Now I'm done, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, well, hello, welcome to Hot Dish. I am Lauren Hooberman. I'm the host. And I'm excited to be here today with a special guest, Blake Burkhart.
Hi.
Blake, so lovely to have you.
Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Yeah, it's just us in my kitchen. You know, it's kind of weird, but it's kind of fun. So Blake is a very funny comic. He's a producer and performer at Comedians You Should Know, or CYSK. He performs at Laugh Factory, Comedy Bar. He's got a wonderful special called Atlantis, which I did listen to. Very funny.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
And a show coming up March 3rd at Zany's called Stand Up, Stand Up. Check it out. It'll be great. Very funny. Yep. That's your job. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah, it's exciting. I'll be bartending all day. That's my side job, is bartender comedian combo sort of.
Yeah, that seems to, I mean, that's not uncommon.
No, I love it. And it's, I've had a lot of different jobs and short-term careers, I guess, but bartending it's just the most fun job.
It's fun.
It doesn't feel like work. Like I'm shocked when I leave and make any money.
That's great. Yeah. I was a bartender for a couple years at the Burwood Tap.
Oh, I love that place.
Oh yeah. Whatever. Okay, so I'm just gonna check to make sure that we're really on. We're on. Sometimes I live stream to the wrong thing and then it's not actually live streaming.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what you're dealing with.
I've screwed that up before too. Yeah.
It's
hard to get it right.
It's kind of complicated.
It is. As I always have someone else do it for me.
Yeah.
I'd screw it up every time.
Oh my God, every time. Seriously.
No.
So it's Super Bowl Sunday. Mm-hmm. Are you into the game?
Yeah. I'm excited for the Cincinnati Bengals because it's the first time they've been in the Super Bowl, I think, ever, or they've never won one.
I think since like 80 something.
Yeah.
Is that right?
And I don't think they've ever won one. I don't think they've been in it since the 80s. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm happy. I have a lot of friends from Cincinnati, but I have some money on the LA Rams. I like to gamble once in a while. So yeah, I put some on the Rams. I think they're gonna win. I like both teams though. I'm happy for both teams. And
yeah.
I only want the Rams to win for a little cha-ching. You know what I mean?
Dough, yeah. How much did you bet?
That's classified.
Is it really? How much could you win? Like thousands of dollars or like $200?
No, honestly, I forget. I think I bet around $100, and it was money that I had won from other bets, which is like some people watching are gonna be like, "That's nothing," but to me, it's a lot of money.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
It's who cares? I didn't bet anything, and $100 on a game would be a lot.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I have the Rams and I have the over. If you gamblers know what that means, it means that the total number of points needs to be over. In this game, it's like 48. Mm-hmm. So if the total number's over that and the Rams win, I would get a good chunk of change. Yeah,
that's amazing. Okay, well, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You've got some investment.
But I'm going to be at work bartending the whole time, so I can't, curse and scream at the screen if my bet doesn't hit,
I mean, you can.
I guess I could.
Yeah. You're a human.
Yeah.
You have to bring your authentic self to work.
Sure. I think that's good advice.
Yeah.
I'm just going to be in there like,
just like a raving lunatic.
Yeah. I'll lose my job today. That's fine.
Maybe throw some stuff.
Lose some money, lose my job. Great Super Bowl Sunday. I had a blast.
It'll be awesome. Yeah.
Right.
And then tomorrow is Valentine's Day.
Oh God, I forgot all about that.
I know.
Yeah. I should say, anyone watching, tomorrow, Valentine's Day, I will be at Comedy Bar opening for Kevin Bozeman, who I think is like the best comedian I've ever worked with.
Me too.
So I'm excited for that. And I forgot that I forgot that it's Valentine's Day. And then clearly not in a relationship now, so it's an insignificant day to me.
Oh my God.
But that's a really great show. So if you're single or you want to take your lover, come to Comedy Bar tomorrow night at 8:00. It's me and Kevin Bozeman. I think that's it. I think just the two of us.
That's going to be an awesome show.
Yeah, Kevin had. I'll plug his special. He has an album called I think it's called Black Superman, and it came out this week or not. It's coming out very soon if it's not already out, and he's one of the funniest dudes ever. So there's a plug for
agree.
Kevin.
Yeah. I tried to get Kevin on here. Maybe we'll tag him in this
I think
episode.
He would. I bet you he's a really good cook.
Yeah,
he's good at everything. Yeah,
he's amazing.
Yeah.
And I've never worked with him, but I've watched him, and I think. Oh, actually, I booked him for a fundraiser for Chicago Housing Authority, like getting youth onto college and career pathways.
Oh, that's wonderful, yeah.
And he was so damn funny.
Yeah. I think he's just about the funniest person that I've worked with. Sorry to keep kissing your ass, Kevin. But
he likes it. Yeah. And maybe now this will get you over here too, Kevin. So
do it, Kevin.
It's a lot of fun. Look at us having so much fun.
It's a blast already. We haven't even cut the onions yet.
Okay, so we have a lot of work to do. I feel like we should get started. I am hoping we can still talk because we're both very nervous about cooking.
I was telling you before we started rolling, I have never cut an onion before, and I've done plenty of cooking. I shouldn't say plenty. I've done some cooking, but I don't really use onions and stuff. I'll use like onion powder, but I've never cut an onion. So this is exciting.
Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. I didn't even say we're making French onion dip, and we're making fried homemade potato chips.
I'm most excited for the chips. I think.
Well, I hope you don't cut your finger off on the mandolin.
I'm very worried I'm gonna.
It's like
I'm gonna cut myself and burn myself live on the internet.
That would go viral.
Yeah, this is
I would be famous.
This is better than the Super Bowl. You get to see me hurt myself.
Oh my God. Okay, so we should put on our safety goggles.
Is this really just so we don't cry?
It's real.
Okay.
I promise you. I went to like a hardware store this morning.
I look like such a dork.
So do I. That's why it's fun. Okay, so it's gonna save your eyes.
Okay.
Yeah, like seriously.
Okay. Good.
Okay.
I'm glad you thought of that.
Okay, so we're just gonna cut the onion. We've got a lot of onions.
You make it sound so simple.
Okay, so be careful. I don't know what I'm doing either, but I just like to cut off a big chunk, and then you just have to take off the outer layer, the skin, or the whatever it is. And I probably should have looked up some techniques for this.
And we're supposed to kind of dice it?
Yes, correct. A good term.
I don't know what that means. I just wanted to.
That was very impressive right there.
I wouldn't know the difference between dicing and slicing, whatever.
I mean, dicing is good because that's going to be our smaller
that by definition,
pieces.
That just means to cut it into very small pieces, right?
Yeah.
Is that all it means? Okay.
Yeah. And I don't think they don't have to be miniature, but they have to be like, we don't want it like you'd put on a burger. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because those would be our slices.
I don't think I would ever. Do you like onions on like a burger or like a sandwich or anything? Because I don't think I would ever do that. I
like maybe one ring of an onion on something hot like a burger, but not on something cold.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I would do it. Like I like the onion flavor, and I like onion diced up, or obviously like in like a chili or something you need it.
Yes.
But actually biting into this, I would never in a million years.
No, I don't want to bite into this either.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you did that so fast.
I know.
I wasn't paying attention.
I'm gonna have to.
I just got the goddamn rind off of it. Is that what you call it, a rind? No.
The peel.
Peel. Okay.
The peel or the skin, I think.
Everyone watching is gonna be like, "What an idiot."
You're not. No. It's a very forgiving environment that we have here.
Oh, thank God for that.
Yeah.
I need a lot of forgiveness. Am I doing good here?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
That's okay, right?
I like that technique you have.
I just did like half and half.
That's great.
I don't have any clue.
Yeah, I think you're doing a really good job, Blake.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, it's going to be worth it. And tell me how your eyes feel.
I don't feel anything yet. It's kind of burning my nose.
Oh,
a little bit,
that happens.
But it's fine.
Okay, so I have a trick for that too.
Okay.
So keep going. Okay, so
this
apparently
is like therapeutic.
Yeah, isn't it fun? Okay, so we're just supposed to.
It took me so long to cut an onion. I love it now.
I'm starting to feel it a little bit, actually.
Really?
But we're supposed to put a damp paper towel next to the onion.
Okay, what's that for?
It's like to absorb the juices.
Okay.
I don't know. I just read that.
How many of these are we going to cut up? All of them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to cut all of them. This will be for our French onion dip, and basically we'll saute these for a while.
Okay.
And then they'll become like kind of goldeny, caramely. So we definitely have a lot of work to do.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, it's surprising. So we're only making one thing, but honestly, this is one of the most labor intensive things I've made on the podcast.
Really? Oh,
yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for having me on.
Yeah. It shows that I have a confidence in you. Oh my God. Okay. So I was listening to your special and, in my head, I was thinking like, oh, Blake has probably done improv because like Blake is like theatery maybe and kind of improv-y.
Interesting. Yeah. No, I honestly never did any improv even once, and I think that's kind of maybe a rarity there because a lot of stand-ups either started in improv or they at least dabbled in it. Mm-hmm. I never did it even a single time, and I'm not opposed to it, but I just never bothered. I started stand-up in my late 20s, so by then I was like, this is all or nothing with this.
Yeah.
I don't have time for any other versions of comedy.
Yeah.
But that being said, I was in a sketch show at I.O. Mm-hmm. and I was in another sketch show that kind of toured around. The I.O. one was Improv Olympic, I'm talking about, of course. That was called Super Talent Show with my friends Steven and Nikki. That was really great. Okay. And then we did that for about a year. That was very, very fun. And then I was in a group called Actual Murderers. And we just kind of toured around, did a lot of bar shows and stuff like that. But
cool.
We wrote and performed sketches. That was fun, but never improv.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so I had to confess my eyes hurt.
I'm feeling it now a little bit. Oh, you're crying too.
Yeah,
I see it. Oh my God.
So
I do feel the sting. Yeah, thank God for the glasses.
I know. Well, when I went to the place this morning, I was like, these are just for cooking. And he's like, oh yeah, it'll totally work. But I used to have goggles that I would wear and the goggles worked better, but they didn't have any. So whatever.
You need like swimming, the little swimming one. Oh yeah, you're really tearing up. I know. I think you're getting it worse than me.
Oh, for sure. It affects me so much.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, like the improv stuff is so funny. So, okay. So you started comedy in your your 20s, late 20s, mm-hmm. You said?
My mid 20s, and now I'm in my mid 30s. So yeah.
Okay. So about 10 years you've been performing?
Yeah, actually it would be 10 years this September.
Okay. And why did you start? What got you interested?
Honestly, I think the thing I kind of wonder myself sometimes is why I didn't even start earlier, because mm-hmm. it's always been my favorite thing in the world to watch. And just there's when I was a kid and like teen and in college even, it was like no one I admired more than like a great stand-up comic, mm-hmm. but I was just like petrified of actually trying it myself. So it took me to my mid 20s, and then I finally I went to a book signing of Patton Oswalt. Mm-hmm. Who obviously a great comic, but he wrote a book that I really love called Zombie Spaceship Wasteland. Oh, okay. And he's the star of a movie called Big Fan that I really love.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, it's a movie about a like kind of psychotic football fan. Okay. But he's in that. So I love that movie. I loved his stand-up, and I was going to buy this book, so I went to the book signing with my girlfriend at the time, and he did this Q&A afterwards, and all the questions were from clearly like local comedians, because all the questions were about stand-up, and I was just listening to all these people ask these questions, and I was just like, I feel like I'm getting advice for something I don't even do, mm-hmm. but it's like I'm so captivated by everything he's saying, and I had always wanted to do it. I never even told anyone I wanted to do it, And after that, Q&A, I went out to the car with my girlfriend at the time, and I was just like, I think I'm going to do stand-up. Like, I think I've wanted to do this my whole life.
Yeah.
And I was sort of just like, what would you think about that? And she's like, I don't care. Like, just do it. If you want to do it. And then probably a month went by, and then I started. So I think it's something I always wanted to do in the back of my head. Mm-hmm. And it just took me to my 20s to work up the courage to try it.
No, I'm sure that's not uncommon.
Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people that started kind of later around the time I did, but I don't think I would have been any good at it if I started while you're really red.
You don't think you would have been good if you started earlier?
No, I think I was way too immature.
Yeah.
Not that I even was like that much of a party animal. I didn't take anything seriously.
Yeah.
So if I were to start, it would have just been kind of like goofing around and not treating it like a job. I think you have to kind of treat it as a job to get better at it.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, you're sniffling and everything too.
I'm dying. Like, and I've covered my onions with this paper towel. I don't think anything's helping.
I feel the burn. It's not.
I'm not. God.
I thought I'd be tearing up too, but I don't know.
I'm dying. This is. Well, I thought I had us protected, but I failed you. I'm sorry.
No, I'm fine. I'm worried about you.
I know, me too. This is like a dead body. I've covered the onions with a wet paper towel to get it away from my.
Oh, you already diced them too, huh?
No.
Well, is that just
I mean, close to it.
Oh,
it's okay. Honestly, you're really
moving
slow.
Much faster than
well, you're really, really slow.
Yeah, I have no idea. No idea what I'm doing.
Oh my God.
I don't even know the proper form for this.
I wish I could tell you. I think you're doing it right though. Okay. Like I think that action where you do
it's getting the job done. I bet there's a quicker way to do it.
I'm sure that's why YouTube is amazing.
Sure.
Because then you learn all these tricks. You
right.
know? But I just, whatever. We're free forming it. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so that's funny about stand-up though. And like, I mean, I'm sure that's very common about working up the courage. I mean, I did stand-up starting when I was, I guess, 35, 36, which is, I mean, I'm like an ancient dinosaur. So, but I was still nervous, but I also felt like, I mean, who gives a shit? I'm just going to try this and have fun with it. And then I took like the feminine comedy classes with Kelsey. And so
okay.
That was amazing. She's the best.
Oh yeah, she's great.
That was amazing.
And Alex Kuhlman teaches that too. Also.
Yes. Yeah. But no, so what I was going to say though about your special is I heard like you talking about the improvers.
Right.
And you're just like, you dorks, like you're doing prop work and you're doing all this other stuff, but you also gave them some major kudos because you said like, these people can sing, they can do all this, they have all these different skills, they're better looking, they're this, they're that,
sure. Especially with the men that do improv, it's like I think they're all aspiring actors, so they have some like roots of like a good looks to them.
Okay.
And whereas male stand-up comedians, like it could be anything.
It could be.
You could see like somebody who looks like they live outside, or like an absolute like male, like it runs the gamut. But I think with improv, it's like. Yeah, I think people with acting backgrounds, aspiring actors, are just like really good-looking people, and stand-up is like you could come from anywhere and be a stand-up.
That's so true. Yeah.
But yeah, I do admire the ones that can kind of sing, and I do make fun of improv on the album. But I will say, improvised Shakespeare.
Oh yeah.
At IO, which IO shut down, but it's opening up again soon.
It is.
From what I heard. That's what I heard. It's like someone else bought. I don't know the details, but
I know that.
That's one of the funniest shows I've ever seen. And I'm not like, I love Shakespeare, but I'm not like a Shakespeare expert.
Yeah.
And I'm not an improv expert, but I was still laughing hysterically the whole time. Like those guys are fantastic.
Yes. That's a great show.
And also TJ and Dave, also at IO, like those guys are two of the funniest people ever. So I love improv when it's like really great, but it's also just easy to make fun of.
Oh, totally. It is.
And improvisers and stand-ups,
There's such a divide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like the
They're gonna butt
improvisers
heads.
who are like, yay, everything's amazing. And the stand-ups who are just like, I hate life, I'm anxious, I'm depressed.
Right.
Yeah. So
I think so many people go from improv to stand-up and you almost never see it go the other way.
that's true.
I think once you start stand-up, you're just a jaded, you know, like that's just your path. You can't go back to anything else.
Yeah, no, you can't. It's just, yeah, there is just something about it. I mean, I love it. Like I love.
Should I cover mine too?
Yeah, cover those up. This is toxic.
Okay.
These are like bodies here. But yeah, no, stand-up's great. And I love the stand-up community, honestly.
Sure.
You know? Okay, I'm gonna get a Kleenex.
Okay.
I am Italian. Okay. Well, there's two. So you can have one and I can have one.
Okay. I'll wait till I really
I'll
need
wash
it.
my hands, don't worry.
Okay.
Sometimes I have questionable hygiene practices, but not today.
Okay.
Okay. So you're manning the kitchen now, Blake.
Okay. I want to see how bad this feels with these off. I think it.
Is it you want to take those off?
Well, I just wanted to see if
you
it
just
would
want
start
to look
burning.
cooler, probably.
I'll keep them right here.
Okay. Okay. So we're ready for the sauteing the onions.
Okay.
So what we'll do, I'll just turn this on for you, and then just put the butter in here. Let the butter melt. Then we'll put the onions in, and they've got to saute for kind of a while, and then we'll do some other steps while they're sauteing.
So this entire.
Yep.
Was this measured out already?
Yep.
Okay.
So we've got.
Look at you.
Yeah. Some of the prep work I do, but not all of it.
Okay.
But you might. Yeah. There you go. So it's 3 tablespoons of butter, and then we've got 3 onions, which we've diced, and we've done a great job doing that.
Tears and all.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah,
Right.
it's a very emotional podcast.
Right.
That would be great for like to cut up a bunch of onions and then go on the air and be like, "Hello, oh, I'm so sad today."
Yeah.
You know?
It's the onions. It's not my personal feelings.
Oh man. Okay, so what was I gonna say? Okay, so we'll put the onions in, and then there's some other things that you need to add in that are I put like a little post-it note with the amounts and stuff. So but we'll just take it one thing at a time here. Okay. And let's see here. Okay. So are you from Chicago? You're from Chicago?
The suburbs. I'm
Suburbs.
from Evanston originally,
Okay.
so north suburbs, Evanston, and then moved further north after that. But yeah, Evanston. My family still lives in Evanston for the most part, so we're just kind of north side. And my mom's side of the family is from like Bridgeport area, so kind of have south side ties and north side ties. But
nice.
I grew up on the north side. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So do you have siblings?
I have one sister named Angela. She lives in Evanston. Okay. And I have 2 nieces that are her kids, obviously.
Yeah. How old are they?
13 and 18.
Really?
So yeah,
okay.
my sister's quite a bit older than me. We have different biological fathers. So yeah, from 2 different marriages. So she was kind of like an extra mom to me, sort of.
Yeah.
So yeah, hi Angela, if you're watching.
That's so
she
nice.
Might be. Yeah.
Oh, I love that. That's great.
She's great, and my nieces are fun, and I love them all.
I'm sure.
Is it
okay?
How do I? Okay.
I think that's beautiful. Yeah, no, let's just dump our onions in. And honestly, I just always make a mess and it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So. Yeah. I bet your nieces love you too.
Yeah, they're great. I mean, it's funny. I don't have kids of my own, so kind of watching someone turn from a kid into like a teenager is so funny. And they're not even all that similar to each other, and they're both nothing like I was, and not really, maybe like my sister a little bit, but it's so funny. Like my family, we all get along great, but we're all like, no 2 people are alike. I think me and my dad are very similar, but that's probably it.
Yeah.
Everyone else is, they're their own thing. There's a lot of different characters. Yeah.
Yeah. So your mom and dad are still married?
My mom passed away about 5 years ago.
I'm
yeah,
so
yeah.
sorry.
No, that's okay.
I didn't know that.
It's the onions, folks.
No, I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay.
Oh, Blake.
I should have prepped you on my tragedies.
I don't know if I should have known that, but I didn't.
No. I don't. It's not something I talk about a lot, but yeah, she lived a nice long life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna. And only if you wanted to keep talking about it, but otherwise we're not going to.
I'm fine either way.
I can tell you, my stepdad passed away 3 years ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Incredibly sad. And it's very so.
It's the
So we don't want authentic tears to start right now because that could happen, and that's okay, but not on a podcast.
Sure.
Okay, so let's put our things in. Okay. So
3/4 teaspoon salt.
Yeah, that's a bizarre amount. So just like estimate it. I mean, who cares?
It just be 3. That's
okay. Yeah.
3 scoops of the
quarter. You got it. You got it. Totally got it. But yeah, like I think, I mean, crying on a podcast would be like crying like in a stand-up show. I mean, it might happen like every once in a while, but you don't want the audience to.
Ooh, I would love to watch a comedian cry.
You would?
Yeah.
Oh, I would feel so bad.
I think it's when a performer of any kind cries, I love it. It's moving.
Really?
Yeah.
But even like stand up?
There's Jack White from the White Stripes. Yeah. He does, I think it was on David Letterman or one, and he sings a song and starts crying in the middle of it, like genuinely crying as he's singing. And I I've watched that a bunch. Well,
I get it with singing. Okay.
Yeah, it would be funny. I just want to see that someday.
Oh my God. Well, yeah.
I don't think it's fine. With the thousands of hours I've watched stand up, I can't remember anyone actually authentically crying. I would love that.
I mean, I think I've seen someone tear up on stage, like at an open mic.
We should all be crying at open mics. I'm surprised there's not more tears there.
That's amazing. Oh my God. Okay, let's get this stuff in. So what do we need? Cayenne pepper,
quarter. Yeah. Quarter. Sorry, I'm going so slow.
It's okay. Here, I'll just estimate the pepper because this one's hard because it's in that thing.
Right. That's good.
That's great. And then
onion powder, half.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Oh my God. You know the mic just sticking around? Well, it used to be in Boys Town on Thursday nights.
I don't think I've ever been to it, but I've heard of it. Yeah.
Okay, it was amazing. And Jessica Besser-Rosenberg and I were there one night. We used to go on Thursdays, and this girl got off the stage after doing her, 4 minutes or whatever, and she missed a step and she fell down. Blake, she knocked out her 2 front teeth.
Should I not be laughing?
No, you shouldn't. But Jessica, I think we were all so horrified. We were so horrified, and then the mic kept going. That was the most astonishing part of it.
Oh yeah, I mean, the show must go on. That's the first rule of show business. There was
a pool of blood on the ground, and her 2 front teeth were knocked out. And then they're like, "Okay, next comic."
That poor lady. I mean, I'm sorry for whoever you are, but that's fucking funny.
Oh man, yeah.
I love just like authentic crazy moments like that. They're funny to me. It's funny every time.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, some wild stuff happens in the comedy community.
Oh yeah.
Like just individuals and like when we're all together.
Yeah. I mean, it's a bunch of lunatics.
Yes.
Usually drinking together. So weird stuff is gonna go down. Of course.
My God. Yeah, it's great. Okay, so what we're supposed to do is we're supposed to stir that for 5 minutes, and then we're just supposed to leave it for like 20 minutes.
Okay.
At a pretty low heat. So
we're off to a good start here.
Yeah, I think it's great. I think we can just kind of let it do its thing for a little. Has it been 5 minutes since we've been kind of
I don't think
interacting
so.
with the onions.
Comment if you're watching.
Oh
How long
yeah,
did it
yeah. Well, I can't monitor it. It's too far away. Okay, so we're doing good. Now we also have to do the other part of this, which is like the cream cheese, the sour cream, the mayo. I think I might, let's see. Well, you do that. Cream cheese, sour cream, mayo. So that's what we put in here. And that, it looks disgusting, but whatever. Mayonnaise is disgusting.
Sure.
You know,
tastes
but
good though.
who
All
cares?
this stuff is delicious.
Delicious. Okay, so 1/4 cup mayonnaise, 1/2 cup sour cream, and then that's our cream cheese.
Okay.
And we're good. And then here's if you want to use this, but that just squeezes. Okay. Let me just move this up so we have more space. Okay. This is seriously like the most complicated thing I've done in here.
Thanks for having me on for the hardest one. I don't cook any of it.
It's a lot of steps because I'm really nervous because we have our potato chips next.
Oh yeah.
And we've just got a busy day.
Oh yeah.
So what do you like to talk about on stage? Or like, how would you describe your style? Those are, I guess, 2 different questions, but.
See, I've never had a good answer for that, but I think I'm just an authentic, I don't think I'm all that unique of a person. I think everyone probably knows someone similar to me. Mm-hmm. So I just kind of present kind of the everyman. Like I don't claim to be a smart guy, and I don't do jokes about politics. And I rarely even do like current event stuff. I'm just sort of like talking about everyday stuff. And I don't know. I don't have a great answer for that.
Yeah.
Very simplified observational comedy, I guess. Mm-hmm. But I'm a strange person too. So I think I'll have takes that you maybe haven't heard before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You think
that's what strange. I aim for, at least.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that I try to look at things a little bit differently, but also people can relate to. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my aim, I guess.
Got it. Do you have an example of something strange?
No.
You're okay.
I'm trying to think.
Okay.
Not really. I mean, I guess it's just.
Or like, what do you do in your life that you are kind of like, this is a really weird thing that I do? Or like, yeah.
I do have a joke about how I keep my socks on when I have sex.
You do?
Yeah, okay. I don't know if we want to, it's too early in the day for this sort of talk, but that's something that I discuss on stage.
Why do your feet are cold?
No, I don't know why I like it, but I just do. Uh-huh. and so I'll always ask the audience, who else does it? And then I like to do, that's actually a better way to describe me is I think the people that do like my comedy, I think they like it because it's almost conversational. Mm-hmm. Like I don't want everyone in the audience talking to me at once, but I'm sort of asking them a lot of questions, getting an immediate like yes or no, and then I'll tweak the joke last minute in result of who said yes and who said no. Sort of like very adaptive and like I'd like to think that my set, some comedians and not knocking them will do the same set every night, and they have like probably like a tighter, better 10-minute set than I do technically. Mm-hmm. I try to do my set a little bit different every time. Like I like to live in the moment, make it like instantaneous and like kind of like quick. I try to be like quick and witty, I guess.
Yeah that's great. I mean, it
makes it more fun for me.
Yes,
because if I was just doing the same set again and again, which I actually was doing for quite a while, I'm not having as much fun.
Yes.
So if I'm kind of living in the moment, riffing and maybe talking to one person and expanding on that and trying to get everyone involved and just laughing, enjoying it, and talking about silly, goofy stuff.
Yeah. No, I think that makes a lot of sense. It keeps it fresh for you and it gets them engaged. And
it's more exciting to watch, I think.
Yeah.
I try to give performances that I would want to see. So I it's always kind of moving and
cool.
In the moment.
Okay,
this is measured out
already.
This
in. Yeah.
Okay.
So so we're putting the cream cheese in. I don't know why it said it has to be cubed in cubes. So whatever. Okay, so now you just mix that up.
We do stir.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if you need the fork, great. If you don't, fine.
I think I can work with this.
Okay, cool. So so this is like the creamy part of the onion dip. The onions look great. And
wow.
Yeah. So, and you should take this with you to the bar.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, assuming it's edible, you know.
Oh yeah, sure. I'll shout out my bar. I work at it's called At North or North Bar, whatever you want to call it. North and Ashland. If you don't have plans for the Super Bowl, come by and the dip will be there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's perfect.
So if this looks delicious to you, which it probably shouldn't yet.
Not yet, but it will.
But when if you want to come have some dip and have a beer, come watch the big game.
Yeah. This doesn't look like very much, does it? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, whatever.
It's like we're going to be heavy on the onions.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, so I feel like we should just move this aside. We better start on the potato chips.
Okay.
Is
that stirred up enough?
Yeah, at least for now. Okay. We'll just kind of let it get warmer too.
Sure.
Okay, so now we have our potato chips that we've said we're gonna fry. Okay, let me get those. So only you can do this. Only because there's one like device where you're going to use a mandolin. And when I told my sister that I bought a mandolin yesterday, I went to Crate and Barrel and got it, and she was like, be really careful, people cut their fingers off with those. God. So like no pressure.
Great. And this will be my first time using it.
I know, me too. I'm very scared.
It's called a mandolin?
Yes.
So just like the instrument?
Different than the instrument.
Okay.
So I think that's to protect your hands. So don't lose that piece. Okay. And
I'm not even sure. Do you know how you've seen these used, right?
Only on videos.
Okay.
Yeah, I did watch a video of that.
Okay. Well, you gotta at least start me off. I don't even know where to begin.
Okay, so so you're gonna put the mandolin on top of this bowl.
Okay.
And it should rest there. And then you do want it positioned this way. Is this vertical or vertical?
I'm losing the finger, folks.
It's
we don't know vertical from horizontal. A finger is falling off. There's no way I get out of this unharmed.
Okay, I don't even understand what's happening. How?
If you're watching, dial 9-1 and get ready to dial the other one.
Shoot. Okay, so this is, you can adjust the thickness. So this would be thicker. We want thin. So I believe we want that. Now this part to me is quite confusing because what is this supposed to do? Does this go here when it gets smaller?
I was hoping you would know. I have no idea.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, that looks.
Oh my God, amazing.
There you go. So you don't even need that thing.
Okay, but when it gets small, use it, okay?
Okay.
Because that's when
I see. This part digs into the potato.
Yes. You could even use it now if you want, if you get a good grip on it.
Yeah, let's start that.
Okay.
I'll be fine.
Be really careful. Okay. Oh my God. Do you like that
that's so
thickness?
Cool. Yeah, that looks great.
Great. Yeah, isn't that cool? So I did scrub
This is awesome.
Potatoes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I got to go buy a mandolin now.
Okay, and I'll get your next potato ready since you're already a master.
Yeah, this is fun. Famous last words.
Yeah.
It's not going to be so fun when I'm in the ER and missing the big game.
Oh my God, that would be so bad.
That looks great.
It's great. You're killing it, Blake.
It's so sharp that it cuts so easy, but that must be why people hurt themselves.
Yes.
Because it is sharp and you're doing this motion. This is why I don't do a lot of cooking, is things that are like require patience and like not screwing up like a good routine, like repetitive routine. I'm not good at stuff like that. So I'm not a natural cook.
I see. Well, that's changing today.
Yeah, this is fun.
Why is this little guy like, well, it's fine. It's good.
Oh, is it locking?
I don't know, but I don't want us to mess with it now.
Okay.
Oh yeah, now
it's doing the job. These are coming out nicely. Should we show the camera?
Yeah, show.
That's the future chips. They're like perfect size.
They are.
Yeah, that looks great.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna put the safety thing on now.
Okay, yeah. So you do that. Once those are sliced, we put them in cold water to remove some starch. I don't know why. Well, that's why, but it probably impacts like how they cook in the oil.
Oh, I see.
And then we do something else. And then we dunk the potatoes in the water, and then we lay them out on the baking sheet to dry. Then we fry them. I know, it's a lot.
Okay.
We have a very...
All right, that's one potato
Oh my God,
gone.
I'm so impressed.
There we go. It wasn't so scary.
Okay, so let's put those in here.
Okay.
And then we'll do the next batch. And let's see, these guys are so good. Okay. Great. All right. So, okay. So what would you say like your comedy goals are? Like in the next, if you think like next year, next 2 years, next 3 years?
That's another great question that I never have a great answer for. I've gotten more into writing things that are not stand-up based, which I think that the first 9-10 years of stand-up, I just wanted to do stand-up. Now I'm reaching the end of that timeline, so now I'm kind of expanding from there. I wrote a screenplay with my friend Steve over quarantine when everyone had nothing we were allowed to do.
Yeah.
We wrote a screenplay that who knows what will happen with it, but that was a fun experience. Made me want to just do more writing. So I'll be writing a lot of scripts and things like that and kind of pass them along. I actually would really like to do that in this calendar year, at least one time, is write a script either by myself or with, a couple peers, and then do like table reads for it around the city.
Yeah.
And then try to just get it out there. And, if nothing ever happens with these, fine. And if somebody really likes it, they can, buy it from me, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that I'd like to do that. And as far as stand-up goes, I'm just going to be seeing more cities, which I've been putting off, but travel has not really been convenient for the last few years, obviously.
Yeah.
So that was sort of my plan. And then, the pandemic hit, so I had to put that on pause, but I think I'm really going to aim towards a lot of that. So hitting the road. I've made some really good friends around the country doing stand-up. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah, visit friends I've met and try new cities. It's really fun seeing the country, like meeting people from different states and different point of views, and people that have nothing at all in common with you or I necessarily, but to make them laugh as complete strangers is the most thrilling, rewarding experience I've had in comedy, without a doubt.
Cool.
Because if someone, is real like gun loving Trump supporter, I might not, sit down for dinner with them or have them over to my house, but I'll perform for anybody. I love this country, even though it's a complete mess. And meeting every different type of American is, it's a blessing. It's amazing. It never gets boring.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
people in Indiana are nothing like people in Denver, and neither is really anything like people in Chicago. So it's like bouncing around is a lot of fun. New York City is always a blast. Like, yeah, just traveling, getting to perform for all different types is really the most fun thing that I get out of this.
Yeah, definitely. What are some of like the best places that you've traveled and performed in, like, or interesting, or
Well, for interesting, I'll tell you, I don't even want to name the specific towns, but you'll always get asked to do something in, a town you've never heard of, like Indiana, or even Illinois, or Wisconsin, Michigan, like all these Midwest states where you're just like, where the hell is that?
Yeah.
And then you get there and you're like, oh my God. Like I did a show in Michigan. I don't want to name the town because I don't want to upset anybody, but I realized as I was there that everyone in the audience, every single person had a gun on them at the show, and it was at a bar. And then people were telling me that afterwards, that people were showing me their guns. All the women had guns in their purses, and all the men had guns in their holsters, like they're like a old timey sheriff or some shit. And I've never even held a gun.
I haven't either.
I wouldn't. I have no interest in holding a gun. And it's just such common life for them. And then I remember like talking to them, and I was like, "Can I just ask, like, why? Like, why?" It's fine if you want the right to own a gun. I respect that. But why did you bring him here? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Like, are we going to get like invaded by aliens or something? Like, how would we all need a gun? Why was it like there could be a gun behind the bar, and that's a gun we need if in an emergency? But no, everyone has their own gun. And like at first I thought they were joking when they told me that, and then everyone showed me their gun like throughout the night.
Wow.
And it was just surreal, and I don't think that's all that uncommon now.
Yeah. And what did they say? Why did they need a gun?
They don't have they just like having they don't have a good reason. They know they're not going to need to use it. They just like having the right to own a gun, and honestly that's their right, and whatever. I'm not judging anyone like that. It felt like I was in another world.
Yes.
Where nothing here makes sense to what I'm used to, and I probably don't make sense to them. But that being said, if I can go on stage and just talk for an hour and they all laugh, it connects us, even though we might never see each other again and not have anything in common at all. We can all enjoy the night together and laugh and honestly be happy, and then kind of bullshit after the show and have fun. I smoked a cigar with a guy. He talked about Trump the whole time.
Oh my
I'm not
God.
a very political person, but I certainly was not a Donald Trump fan.
Thank God.
But I talked to a Trump supporter and smoked a cigar with him, and we hung out for like 45 minutes. A very sweet guy. We probably have not a single thing in common, but we talked and laughed and had a cigar. And I went home. That was it.
Yeah.
So stuff like that is thrilling to me. I know that wouldn't be for everybody, but I love that stuff. I love meeting different types of people.
Yeah. Well, I think you're right about being able to laugh and share an experience together. I mean, that is the thing that actually brings people closer and causes more unity versus like dividing people. I mean,
sure.
My gut reaction when you say Trump supporter is disgusting, racist, ignorant asshole.
Right. And they very well may be all those things. But in the circumstance that I will know them, for my entire life, we'll be doing a comedy show for them and smoking a cigar together. Like, I don't think you have to get along with everyone permanently. Not everyone's going to become your best friend. So meeting these different types, I think, is good for your own mindset. I think it's good for the world. And if more people kind of connected like that, I think all our policies and politics would kind of merge a lot closer. But because we divide ourselves, nothing ever changes.
That's true.
Yeah. I sound sound like like I'm preaching now.
No, I don't think so. I think that's true. I mean, the reality is Okay, so you put
Okay,
the
I missed what
potatoes
we did.
in the
Okay,
use
cool.
those, and then we'll just like dry them off on the
I can't believe I'm gonna buy one of these
on the
things.
thing. The mandolin. You
Yeah.
love it. Yeah, it's great. You can adjust it to all different thicknesses.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I'm gonna be making chips all the time.
so yeah, I mean, not there can't be millions and millions of people who are just racist assholes on their face. Like I get that there
Right.
are reasons that people are Trump supporters.
Hmm.
I get that people feel disenfranchised in this country, that they hope that Trump is going to come in here, blow everything up, give them their rights. Like I understand like the psychology behind it, but I guess some of the most vocal Trump supporters are also the ones who say really awful, like
Of course.
hateful things. But
And I will say
yeah.
this: if it got to the point where I was talking to somebody and they started saying, anything racist, even slightly, I'm not having that conversation.
Yeah.
I'd walk away from that. But usually, you meet people, they just want to talk about their lives. They want to get to know you. They want to kind of bullshit. I haven't really met anyone that was kind of like outspoken racist jerk. And if I do, that's where it ends.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you play it by ear. But a lot of people, I think, just have a totally different life perspective. Then I don't think they do, anything kind of malicious or to offend or be, off-putting in any way.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to me. Like I don't know. It's just something that I've always enjoyed. Meeting someone nothing at all like me.
Yeah. No, I think that's cool.
Yeah.
It is. It's very cool.
And even when it comes to like making friends around Chicago or even like dating, like I like sometimes dating someone who's just like, oh my God, like we don't come from the same place at all, mentally or actually like location wise. Like it's fun. It's a fun like challenge. See how much you can get along with someone that you're nothing like.
Yeah, and like learn from each other too.
Exactly.
You know.
It makes life more interesting.
Do you want to get married and have kids?
I still don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm in my 30s now. I don't think about it at all, which probably isn't good. I think you're supposed to think about this. But it doesn't dawn on me. I think that the closest I ever got to being married was that ex that I saw Patton Oswalt with. We were together for 5 years. We still talk once in a while. She's great, but she wound up living in Utah and has changed her kind of to put it most like perfectly is like there's no way we would have been a good married couple now. Like we both changed so much, so it's like thank God we didn't do this, because I think a lot of couples you can't anticipate how you will change or how your partner will change. So like that one was the closest I ever came to getting married to someone, and I'm so happy we didn't, because we would maybe still be together and like probably like kind of miserable at the end of the day. So I would hate to tie someone down that I wasn't perfect for, and I also don't want to be restricted by someone that isn't, ideal for me. And I've dated some really wonderful people, and most of them I still talk to and get along with, but I can't imagine raising kids with any of that. You know what I mean? And no fault of theirs, is probably just the combination of me and them together would not have worked. So I'm not opposed to it, but until I, meet the person that makes more sense for it, then I'll hold off. Yeah, I'll be fine without it.
I mean, that's smart, and
I don't have any sort of
yourself,
taking ambition to get married. I never really have. Yeah, I'm fine either way. If it happens, okay, and it doesn't happen, then that stays the way it is now.
Totally.
It's fine.
Which is smart, because you got to listen to yourself.
Right.
I mean, okay, so I just have to interject. Okay, so
yeah,
Blake, you did an amazing job with the mandolin.
Yeah. Did I screw anything up? I thought for sure I'd screw something up by now.
These are beautiful.
Yeah, that does look good.
Perfectly sliced. we're heating up the oil. I don't know how to heat oil. I know that sounds crazy, but there's a lot of oil in here and I don't want us to get burned, like splattered.
Okay.
But I have a thermometer and it is supposed to be at 400 degrees when it's ready. And then, yeah.
So would these be used to put them back? Okay.
Yes, and yes.
Take our time.
Because I almost just said we just dump those in, but no, we don't.
If it splashes out.
Yeah. So we can see. This probably is nowhere even close.
You got all these cool gadgets. I'm impressed.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Thanks, man. This was a Christmas/Hanukkah gift from my stepmom. But I've had to buy a lot of gadgets with the podcast too.
Okay.
Okay, so not at 400, but we'll check again in a minute. The onions are done.
Okay.
So we could also mix, I think we could just mix them in. I think we just mix them in here.
Pour them in here?
Yeah, should we do it?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, let's do that while the oil is heating and mix until smooth. Oh yeah. So I stopped writing the directions down, but I think we're fine. We're fine. Yeah, you want to do that?
Sure.
Okay, so here's this. Hopefully this will be big enough, this bowl. And then yeah.
Look how good that looks.
Delicious. My gosh. I think I get like really nervous on the podcast kind of, and then I just like chatter endlessly. So.
that's the whole point of a podcast is to chatter.
Is to chatter? Okay, good. So
it'd be weird if we were just cooking in silence.
That's so
people
true.
watching at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, chatter's good.
Okay, good. So yeah, like back to the kids and marriage thing. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you got to listen to yourself, and maybe you'll meet someone and you'll think, this is what I want. I want both of these things, or maybe, I mean, who knows?
Well,
maybe
I dated
not.
someone fairly recently, and she said on like our third or fourth date, and we were getting along good. Mm-hmm. But on our third or fourth date, she was like, do you want to get married and have kids within the next 5 years? And I was like to you? Like what do you, like, hypothetically, yeah, but let's like make sure we're, in love with each other. Like, why are you even asking? Like, it was kind of a little off-putting, honestly, because it's just like, it's like, do you mean like with just anyone, or with like me and you doing all that? Because it's hard to, I couldn't possibly answer that on a third date.
Yes. So, but I do understand where she's coming from.
Sure.
And asking.
I get it. I think it's just, that's something you kind of maybe hold off on.
Yeah.
I think it freaked me out a little bit.
Right. Correct.
Because it's like, sure, the answer is yes, hypothetically, but also let's not, start the clock.
Right.
Like, I like things being organic, and maybe that's to my own detriment. But if it's not organic, even with like a friendship, or even with like an opportunity in comedy, anything, it's like, I like things to kind of go, kind of flow seamlessly. And if they don't, then I might kind of step away and try something else.
Yeah.
It's just instinctual stuff.
Makes sense. Definitely.
Look at that.
Beautiful.
Ooh, the bowl's very warm now, too.
Is it warm?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so we've mixed up, Blake mixed the onions beautifully with all the creamy stuff. I think this is going to be great. Let's check our oil again. It might be getting close. I turned up the heat a little bit. Let's see. I don't know. We'll turn up a little bit more. Yeah, I mean, it's getting close, I think. But, okay.
And then, so when these go in there, and then they're in there for, I'm so curious. I've never done anything.
I think so.
Like
it's
this.
the top one on the second page.
Okay.
Yeah, it helps me to write this down because it helps me remember it too. I think it's like
Only 5 minutes? Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess it's 400 degrees. Yeah.
Okay, so the oil still isn't quite there,
Okay.
but whatever, it's close. Well, I hope you didn't think that I was asking you to get married and have a baby.
You want to, you want to get married and have kids?
Excuse me. Would you like to do that?
That's a whole nother podcast.
You're not going to leave after this podcast.
Okay.
This is it.
You have a lovely place. I'll move in
home.
here. This is nicer than my place. Done. Let's start looking at baby names.
Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, it's funny because, like, I've talked about it a couple times on the podcast. Like, I don't want to have kids, and it's kind of a hard thing for me to still say, like, out loud. Yeah. Like, publicly, because I'm still like, really, I don't, but really, I don't have that urge.
I think more people should not want to. Just that if everyone does it, that's not good for the world.
That's true.
And I think it should be. I don't know. I'm no expert in raising kids, obviously, but I do think kids should get alternative options more often. Like I never heard of anything other than you have to get married and have kids, or not have to, but like you go to college, you get a career, you get married, you have kids. That's it. That's your life. And then once I started seeing cool adults I knew that weren't doing that, I was like, oh, I'm out. Like, now that I see, like, and I honestly going to college was stupid. Like, I wish I didn't even do that.
You do? Really?
I mean, I had a great time in college, but it's like, no, I didn't. I was a psychology major, and then I was a film major, and I worked in both fields after college, but I don't work in them now. So it's like, what was it all for? Like, it was fun, but I've changed my mind a million times about what I want to do career-wise, which probably I don't recommend because you end up not making a lot of money when you jump horses midstream or whatever they call it. But I couldn't have done it any other way. Like, if I had stayed in psychology, I'd be miserable now. Even staying in film, I think I'd be miserable. It wasn't as fun as it was when I started it. The only thing that I like consistently and will always do is stand-up comedy. Like, whether I go broke doing it or I'm the next fucking Bill Hicks, I'll do it forever. Yeah.
Well, I mean, then you're doing the right thing.
Right.
So,
and that's another thing with the marriage is like, I wouldn't expect anyone to embrace that out of me as their husband and father of the kids. It's just like, well, you're still gonna go to like Indiana and talk to racist people. Yeah. Like, that's your favorite thing to do is meet crazy people in rural towns. I'm like, yeah, it is. Totally. Sometimes they pay me a lot of money to do it. So this is my life. I'm sorry. Right. Don't marry me. If you're watching this, don't marry me.
Don't marry me.
I wouldn't recommend it. We're at about 400 there.
Okay, huh? We're good. Okay. Oh my God! Wow, this is a long episode. Stick with us, people.
How long do you normally go?
Like 50 minutes. We're at about an hour now. Okay, we're fine. Who cares?
I mean, we're making a complex meal.
It's really complicated. I'm gonna set the timer
that
for
already
5
splashed
minutes.
up a bit.
Did it? Okay, yeah. Should I turn it down or no? I don't know. Whatever. We're fine. So Blake is in charge. He is frying the chips. Oh shit, man. Okay. And I have an oven mitt if you want. Okay.
You what?
I have an oven mitt if you get nervous.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and we're supposed to do it in batches, so.
Oh, okay.
Whatever.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
How am I gonna fit all these? I don't know if I'm gonna get them all in.
Let's see. Okay, we could I'll get like a bowl with some paper towel ready for us. This is gonna be awesome. I think it's gonna taste really good. My other option for today was hot corn dip, but then the reviews were like, the best part of this is the fresh corn. And then like last night at 1 a.m. in bed, I was like, oh, corn's not in season, So yeah, so we can't do that. Okay. So here we are.
I'm glad we went with this.
Okay, good. Oh my God. Wow. It's working.
The
Yeah.
timer set and everything?
Yeah, timer's set.
Okay.
I think you can even like kind of stir, like
Should I just do half and half?
Yeah, yeah.
Or three batches?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think this is great.
We'll do 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Yep. And I'm only checking my phone just to make sure we're still good. Yes. So
There's not
yeah.
much stirring I can really do, right? Just
Or
leave it
like,
that?
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's so hot.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not gonna just stick your hand in there, move it around. No big deal. Oh my God. How cool is this?
These are gonna look great.
Yeah, this is gonna be awesome. So also it says the French onion dip, if it sits for a while, it's even better because the flavors kind of like absorb,
sure.
you know?
Hell yeah.
They
That sounds
meld.
great.
They meld
Should
together.
I stir it a little more? Or?
I don't know.
Nah,
I don't know.
I think it's good.
Yeah, I think it's good. It's looking great. Cool. Okay. So I want to know about your special, Atlantis.
Mhm.
So what was that process like to create the special?
I think I did it because part of the show called Communities You Should Know, a lot of albums have been recorded there, and they're always like the most fun nights. Like one of my best friends is Kristen Toomey, who I think is the funniest person ever. Her album recording was like one of the most fun nights I've ever had in comedy.
Wow.
I was just kind of running sound. I was working at the show, running sound, watching it, and it becomes this like event. And Joe Kilgallen has done 3 albums, all in this room at Timothy O'Toole's, is where we do the show every Wednesday night.
It's such a good show. By the
Thank
way.
you.
But yeah, it's amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Drew Michael, before he left Chicago, did albums here. Marty DeRosa did his album here. Like all my favorite comics have done this. And I kind of thought, I had the opportunity to do it working for the show. But when they first asked me, I was like, I don't think I want to do an album. Then I started thinking about it more. And at that point, I was probably like 6 years into stand-up, maybe 5 or 6 years. And I had been working for the show for maybe 2 years at that point. And I decided I'm just going to do it because that will be like the end, like perfect end to a chapter of my life. Like this is my first 5 years in stand-up comedy represented in an hour. Like it's an hour of material. Not a lot, like there's a little bit of riffing, but it's all just like jokes. It's just my first 5 years of jokes. I'm very proud of it, but I think I'm a much better comedian already now than when I put that out. So I'm happy for it. I'd love it if people listen to it. It's on Spotify and iTunes. It's called Atlantis. But it's not the best thing I'll do, and it's already not as good as the jokes I've written since. I don't think. Like I think I'm naturally getting better. I want to see how good I can actually get at this. So that's just like a time capsule of like these are my first 5 years of jokes. And some people might like those more than what I'm doing now. Like comedy has changed. I think I was like weirder back then. So some of the jokes are very strange. I was maybe a little more daring because I didn't, the stakes were much lower. So I still love it. I'm happy people like it. But that was the main reason to do it. It was like, I'm going to retire these jokes. I'll never tell them again, really. Like maybe on the road, I'll tell one once in a while just for nostalgia's sake. But it was like I've graduated from this.
Yeah.
Like I'm better now, but that's something that is a representation of my first 5 years of comedy.
Yeah. That's, perfect timing.
Oh, that's fine.
That.
I nailed it. You see?
Nailed it. Okay, so let's I think they're mostly done. Maybe just the ones on the top need another
I see.
minute, or I don't know.
Oh, I see. They were exposed.
I guess. I mean, yeah.
Wow, they look great.
We'll give them another you decide. You're in charge.
Yeah, let's give it another minute.
But yeah, I think that's a perfect way to describe it too. Like it's a capsule of your first 5 years. You're like, okay, moving forward.
Yeah, I had no expectations for how many people would buy it or tell me that they liked it or how it would advance me in comedy. And everything exceeded my expectations. More people bought it in the first night than I was expecting, which was so nice. Thank you, everybody.
That's so great.
my friend Rudy did the album art, which turned out like incredible. Like I was just like, oh, this is like turning into like a legitimate thing. Like I'm not really just messing around anymore. Like this is like a product I'm selling. You have to kind of take it a little more seriously than just doing like open mics and bar shows and stuff. It's like I'm really like representing myself with this. And yeah, the whole process was great. I think for any comedians that are, that many years in, if you want to do an album, just do it. Like I'm happy with the outcome of it.
That's great. Yeah, it's very funny.
Thank you.
Yes.
And if I do another one, that one I'm very happy with. But if I did another one, it would be much, I think, tighter. The jokes I write now are in a precise order, more organized, and like who knows if people like it better or worse. But I think in my own head, the next thing I do, I think will be more professional and better than my first one.
Yeah,
I hope at least.
I mean, sure, and that's
those look good.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, and that's only natural. Yeah, that's only natural too. I mean, that's just part of the process, with stand up, like so. Okay, so Blake is transferring the chips from the vat of oil into our bowl. Yeah, they're very hot. And they look amazing.
They do look good.
Yeah. Holy moly. They're like perfect shape, perfect color.
I had no idea this is how you make potato chips.
Neither did I.
I wouldn't even know I wouldn't even had a good guess.
I'm glad you just said that because, here. Well, we can season it however you want. So we have so Old Bay seasoning is like for seafood and it's kind of an East Coast thing, but I read that some people like it on their like homemade potato chips. I have garlic sea salt and we have like salt and pepper, so whatever you want.
Let's do all of the above.
All of them? Okay. So we're gonna do another batch. And then we'll taste it, and then we'll probably sign off for the podcast, but not without first having our taste test.
Right.
And you should do the seasoning when you're ready.
Okay.
So yeah, we're making another batch.
So it's just canola oil?
Yeah, I use some vegetable oil too. You can use canola, vegetable, or olive oil.
Okay.
Olive oil sounded a little heavy to me, but I mean these are heavy.
Right.
Period.
Sure.
So who cares?
That's so cool. I would have thought it would be. I mean, this was a little tricky, but I would have thought it would be a more complicated process.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of knew it was, I felt like it was complicated.
Yeah.
But only because we're like on a podcast and I'm like, well, we got to like chop and we got to do this, but
I'm not a natural cook or chef or anything, so it went smoother than I thought it would.
This is great. You did an amazing job.
I was nervous to do this with you.
You were.
Because I've been on a million podcasts, but I never had to cook anything live on the internet.
Oh my God. Yeah, when I asked you
knock on wood. I thought something bad would have happened by now.
Well, at the Laugh Factory, I asked you, and you're like, yeah, I'll be on your podcast. I'm like, sweet. Okay, we're cooking. You're like, I'm a terrible cook.
Yeah.
Okay. Even better.
I think there's a few things that I do really good, but it's like steak. Like I can make a really good steak, but I feel like that's just easy. Like once you learn how to do it a few times, yeah. And you can cook steak a million different. You just heat it up, basically. Like you could screw it up, but you just cooking meat is simpler.
Do you?
Yeah, and like salmon, I got pretty good at, and steak and scallops. I think that's the best. The best meal I ever made was for a girl I was dating. I did a skirt steak and scallops, and I think vegetables on the side, and it was really good. Yeah. I want to recreate that.
That's gourmet.
Oh yeah.
Okay, want to season this, and we'll try it.
Sure.
So this is garlic salt, regular Old Bay. You do whatever you want.
Okay.
And I'm so excited to try this. Oh yeah, I forgot that salt's kind of chunky. But
that's okay.
Whatever.
Yeah, there's an extra salt in there.
It's fine.
Holiday season. I don't think I've ever had this.
Yeah, I bought it for the one with Amy Sumter where we made fried fish.
Okay.
Um,
What looks good to you? Is that too much?
yeah, that's good, I think.
Okay, that's
yeah.
good.
And that's garlic salt. I mean, yeah.
And then what, we just kind of shake it up in there?
Yeah, I guess so, huh?
Yeah.
Just kind of like stir it around or whatever you want. And then yeah, we gotta try it. Did I set the timer? Nope. Oh well. We can tell. We know how it looks now.
Sure.
We're totally pros.
I think that, yeah. I'm feeling better about my cooking skills already.
See?
Those look incredible, don't they? Look, everybody.
Show them.
Okay.
So they seriously
I'm gonna do this again.
Gourmet, like restaurant, like if you go to a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, here comes the moment of truth.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
Okay.
Oh, this one's kind of flimsy, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, we didn't prepare. I think that stirring is what the missing link.
Okay.
I don't think I stirred them good enough.
So, let's see. All right, well, I'm not going to try this until we're both ready and in position.
Okay.
Okay. Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Okay.
And then,
all right.
all right, here we go.
Here we go. We're putting the dip on our chip.
Yeah, cheers.
Here we go. Cheers.
Fantastic. Right?
Pretty good. That Old Bay seasoning?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That really came through.
Maybe I put too much on
That's okay.
this batch.
Yeah.
We'll do less next time.
Okay, yeah.
It's good. I think it's just a matter of preference because, like, if we had diced up the onions way more, it would be more of like a smoother dip. This is a little bit of a chunky dip, but the flavor is fantastic. It's got a good spiciness to it. I'm happy. I'm happy
too. And I do agree with you. Yes. Smaller, maybe next time, but the flavor is perfect.
I think if we had more time. That's my first time ever cutting an onion, so go easy on me.
Oh my God, you did an amazing job. This is great.
Yeah, these chips turned out good too.
Yeah, the chips, I'm so impressed. And yeah, that Old Bay, my mouth is on fire.
I put too much on.
It's okay.
I like a lot of spice.
Oh, good.
I love a spicy anything.
That's way better. I'm boring. I'm a boring eater, honestly. But this is great. Okay, well.
These are going to come out even better.
For sure.
Stirring them up a little more.
Those are going to be so good. This is my longest podcast to date. And it's warranted. It's worth it. Okay, so do we have any final words?
You got a mouthful of food. Thanks so much for having me on.
Yeah.
This is fun.
Like, I know I'm the host. I'm supposed to wrap up, and I'm like, what do you want to say?
I feel more confident with my cooking skills already.
That's amazing.
And this was fun.
Yeah, it was
way to
great.
kick off
Cheers.
Super Bowl pregame show.
Super Bowl, yeah, Super Bowl Sunday. I hope the Bengals win, but I know you've got money on the game, so you know.
My heart is rooting for the Bengals. My wallet's rooting for the Rams. So we'll see.
A man divided today on Super Bowl Sunday. And yeah, cool. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's.
Kind of.
I'm
not celebrating.
I forgot all about it. Yeah. Come see me and Kevin Bozeman tomorrow night at Comedy Bar.
Very funny. That'll be an awesome show.
Yeah. Especially if you're single.
Yeah, especially.
Because, get your mind off your loneliness.
Yeah, and don't go to Jewel because the place was like a Valentine's explosion. Like if you didn't know it was Valentine's Day, you sure did when you walked in.
Oh, they're just selling all
their
those
whole produce is filled with flowers.
Really?
I've never seen anything like it. So stay away from there. Do go to the Comedy Bar.
Yeah.
It'll be awesome.
Comedy Bar on Superior. 8 o'clock. Actually, I run the show there every Monday at 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Tomorrow is a very special event because it's Kevin Bozeman and me, and that's it.
So awesome. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lincoln Lodge, Christine Ferreira. Check out all the awesome podcasts, shows, everything happening there. It's great. And that's it. Thanks for joining, watching, listening, and thanks, Blake.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah.